you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And we're down in my workshop. It's 7:15 in the morning. The sun will be up in about 10-15 minutes. So I quickly set everything up to try to check out this Sony, whatever, loop antenna. This is the little control box, I'll call it. It's a tuner. It's the AN-LP1. And like I said in my previous video, I've been waiting for the overall shortwave band conditions to improve. And from my nice lady who does the space weather, her latest video says they're not going to improve for a while and they'll probably get worse. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going to just come out here and see what happens. So like I say, I'm out in my workshop. It's a less RF noise environment. I don't have all the computers on and all the other junk I got in my office creating noise, so it's a little better from that standpoint. So today we're going to use the Texan PL660, which I believe is the same radio that my friend who's now over in China used with his Sony loop antenna and showed a significant improvement in the signal. So we're just going to see what happens. No guarantees of conditions or anything. I'm going to see if I can zoom in the camera a little bit so you can see, maybe see the S meter on the radio. I say maybe. Now, temporarily, let me show you something here. Okay, here's my setup. Let me zoom the camera around. So up there is the loop for the loop antenna, and I've got the noise limiter module plugged in the bottom right now. I'll take it out later and see what the effect is. I did check to see if my lighting I have in here was causing much interference, and it doesn't appear to be, but who knows. Let me move my chair around here a little bit so I can get the camera a little closer. Okay, trying to get in, zoomed in on that display. I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not. Let me see. I'm getting there. Okay. Is that thing dirty or what? Just some kind of reflection. But there you should see the S meter. Maybe. I'll sit down and point it out. If I don't trip. Oh, tight fit here. Okay, let's get the old scooter moving and get myself back over here. Whoa, I can reach it. That's the only problem with this scooter. It's got a mind of its own. Okay, let me flip the viewfinder over here and move the radio down a little bit. I don't know if the S meter is showing up right now. It's full scale right now. I'm on WWV. I'm using the built-in telescopic antenna with the Texan PL660. Let's turn the volume up. Yeah, it's pretty poor. See, that's the thing about the S meter is it in some cases it's not really telling you anything useful, because if there's a whole bunch of noise, it's going to be full scale, but there's no signal there. So I think, as one person pointed out, the more important factor is the signal to noise. You know, how much signal are you getting relative to the noise? And right now, we're getting a lot of noise. And it's in and out, in and out. Now the sun is just starting to come up. Let's go to 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz dead. No noise, no signal, nothing. Now, what I saw on the space weather chart earlier this morning was that there was one band that at that time, and it was probably several hours ago, that was good, and that was the 30 to 20 meter band. The other bands were either fair, which to me means poor, or poor, which means awful to me. So we're just going to tune around. Now we're on 10 megahertz and not getting anything. Now the noise is down because sometimes the S meter is 0. It's going from 0 to 1, which on this one in the scale is 0 to 5. So now we're going to plug in the Sony loop antenna with preamp. And the noise level goes through the roof. And let's see if we got it tuned. Okay, one thing I've noticed that I didn't know, and of course the instructions that came with this particular loop antenna was all in, I guess, Japanese, because it's comes from Japan, it's made in Japan. So I don't have any instructions, but it appears when I've been using it is the little dial here. Where are we? I can't see this on camera. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, the little dial here is, it looks like it's got notched positions. It's not it doesn't appear to be continuous tune. So that makes it a little easier to tune. From the standpoint, you just pick, the closest frequency, which right here is 10 megahertz, so that's right on. And it's tuned. So there's no sitting there fiddling with it. That's how it appears to work. And like I said before, this doesn't tune. This is just the reel to take up. Okay, so let's go back to the noise. Full noise. And now I'm going to reach up. You won't be able to see. It's off camera. I'm going to reach up and rotate the loop antenna because it is directional. So I'm rotating it now. And there is no WWV whatsoever, which is what I've been experiencing in the past. Now let's go down to 5 megahertz where we had something. And I'm going to unplug it first, so we'll start with that condition. And we got a whole bunch of noise. We're bouncing between S, or whatever the units are. It's not S units. We're bouncing between 3 and 5, and mainly on 5. And this is using the telescopic antenna. And the signal's there, but there's a lot of noise. So now we're going to plug in the loop antenna. Noise is gone totally. It wiped it out. And now we got to tune to 5. I'll show you here. Okay, there's the signal. And it's coming in pretty good, but I don't really see even improvement. And it's full scale. Boy, I got fingerprints on this thing. So now I'm going to set this down and I'm going to rotate the antenna. See if it makes a difference. Yeah, it makes a difference. About there's the strongest, which the antenna is pointing, the flat side of the round antenna is pointing in the direction of where that station is in Colorado, I believe, Colorado. So yes, the antenna is directional. And it's moving. I have to hold it to keep from keeping it from going to a direction I don't want. So right about there, it's pointing in what you would think would be the right direction. We turn the volume up a little bit. Okay, there's perpendicular. There's parallel. Now, what I'll do is I unplugged it from the loop, and this is the little noise filter, supposedly. I'm going to take that out of the circuit and plug the cable directly to the antenna. And as best I can tell, the noise level has gone up. When I took this a noise attenuator out. So it was helping. I'll put it back in. I'll turn the volume back up. Okay, the antenna is disconnected. I'll plug in the attenuator. Plug that back into the antenna. And that does seem to help. Signal seems, I don't know if the signal went up any or just the noise went down. Probably just the noise went down. Again, band conditions are terrible. Now let's go up, let's see if there's anything on 15 megahertz. Nothing. And that's kind of what you would normally expect, at least in my location, is that early in the morning, I get the lower bands, like 3 megahertz up to 7 megahertz, stronger in the morning. And then as the day goes on, the area in which I'm received best moves up in frequency. And then like in late afternoon, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's up around 15 megahertz. And then at night, it widens out, and it's pretty much the whole band at night. So we're not getting anything at 10, we're not getting anything at 15. Now let's go down to somewhere in the area, just in the area of 30 meters to 20 meters, which they said should be good. Or, yeah, it should be good. That, of course, that was 3 hours ago. So let's go down to 9 megahertz. And we'll see what we can find. So we gotta retune this. We'll set it on 10. Got a lot of noise. Lots of noise. So that's what I was afraid of. I think that's China radio. Again, this just has detents at these intervals showed on the dial here. So if I try to tune down, it doesn't do anything until it gets to the next position. In this case is 7 megahertz, or I can go up to 12. Ten seems to be the best. That's because it's closest to what I've tuned is 9.50. Full scale, lots of noise.
The technique currently confined to plants and animals, but the hope is that one
That's
day
good.
it could help uncommon illnesses or genetic diseases.
9.575.
Disorder, sickle cell, that's caused by a single gene defect.
The technology is moving very fast.
I'm not sure what that is. I don't have my cheat sheet. Okay, well, let's experiment with that one. It's full scale. I'm using the preamplifier.
But question
I'm going to unplug the external antenna. It went down maybe 1 unit, but it's still very strong. So it's a strong station.
It only worked in a pair of embryos. The others developed mutations. So many
Now
were
that's
excited by the prospect.
when I plugged in the loop antenna. It went from a number 4 on the scale to 5. The noise didn't seem to get any better. Maybe it got a little less. So it made some improvement. Let's go on in the band here.
Rather than later. To be able to say that.
There we go. That's 9.810. Change the bandwidth there. Okay, I'll rotate the antenna. Not a lot of effect on rotating it. On full scale, let me unplug it. Oh, that goes way down. Plug it back in. It goes way up, but the noise level went up. Let's tune a little bit more. That's 9.870. That could be Radio Habana, maybe. Now, Spencer told me that some of the Texan radios also have the capability of energizing the little tuner here, and I have this on the off/standby position, and when I turn the radio on, let me turn it off, see if you can see this. I don't know if it's going to show up or not. I'm going to turn the radio off, and it goes off. So the Texan radios also have that capability of enabling this device. Now, what I did notice, and maybe I didn't understand what I had heard, if I take the batteries out, the light doesn't come on, and I'm assuming that therefore it's not drawing power from the radio, but it does control it as far as on off. And like I said, right now I've got it in the off position /standby, and depending on whether the radio is on or the radio is off, the light will be on, assuming that means it's energized. So that's it. Like I say, I didn't expect very good results because the space weather conditions are still hampering shortwave reception. It's now 7:34 and the sun has risen, and so the band conditions are affected by that sun being up. So that's the show for today. If you got anything out of this show, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.